I actually have a video that I want to make about why I don't use umbrellas. Come on. And today would have been the perfect day for that, but I'm running late. But I just thought I'd acknowledge all of you that tell me I should be carrying an umbrella, that I'm thinking of you. I'm aware. Thank you. Also, today's more a video about how I'm actually feeling better. I made a video about keeping your chin up earlier when I needed to keep my own chin up. And today, then I share a little bit about like, wow, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm thinking about it. Oh no. Thing is, the book, what I was trying to say is I was out really late last night and I'm actually a little bit hungover, so words are coming a little bit more difficult. But that's the first thing. Like, so this book has really kicked the crap out of me, right? It's been a form of therapy, which we'll talk about more here soon because this video is sponsored, so it'll all tie together. But the first thing that kept me going through all of this has been maintaining contact with my friends and sharing with them in a more honest fashion than I think I ever have. Not that I've ever been dishonest. My friends know all my darkest secrets, or so I thought. And then being able to share some things that I've shared with you actually has been really, really helpful. Hey, I didn't know you were still here. No. Hi, there you go. Oh. All right, you might recognize this place and this woman from our last attempt at this place. I also didn't do a very good job of introducing Sophia last time, apparently. I got some comments about that. Very talented photographer if you want to find her on Instagram and obsess over her food photos. We're going back to Dandelion, which we didn't realize was as popular as it is. You do have to book way in advance. I'll let you know if it was worth the like month-long wait. How long have we been waiting? More than a month? I'm sure it'll be worth it. Oh God, I'm jealous. Just getting into behind the scenes of how food photography looks. How do you do this? Dandelion. It was very good. I don't know how do I dry this hand. Anyway, definitely would recommend this, and it's way off the beaten path. So if you're looking to explore out on the 20th, like I was doing my 20 and 20, we were trying to eat here during that. Yeah, I think it's worth the trek. Just make sure you reserve in advance, because otherwise, Cooper, come on. This would have been the perfect day for the umbrella video. What am I doing with my life? How are we gonna get out of here? She is not happy about the rain. Are you? Are you? I think Philo wants to stay in the dry. Come on, Philo, you can do it. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Cooper's doing it. You can do it. Yeah, good girl. A little mop. All right. Bye, Philo. Ooh, it is a rainy day. One of the things we ended up talking about over lunch was how it's really easy to feel like you're making progress and be stuck by doing things like listening to podcasts or other people give advice as to how to like get out of a funk. I guess I'm kind of guilty of this. I just made a video about how I get out of a funk in hopes that it might help someone else get out of a funk. But the reality is that one of the things that helped the most for me on this time was accepting that the funk was just going to be there. Like I couldn't just get out of it, which is very, very difficult. And the temptation that I have then is to shrink inwards and to just not tell anybody and to suffer in silence, because suffering in silence is how I was raised. It's a version of masculinity that I've been trying to shake off for so much of my life. And it's because of the love and support of my friends, like the ability to reach out, even though they can't necessarily help proactively, they can't solve my problem. Simply sharing the burden, the act of admitting how dark things really are or like what I'm really struggling with means that. I don't know. It helped me to carry through. I don't know if it got me through faster or not, but it made a really hard time easier. A big part of what got me into this funk in the first place was working on this book, which I've been talking about a lot, and I will keep talking about, obviously. But it's kind of like the blunt end of trauma therapy in a lot of ways, going back through. The only way out, as they say, is through. It's something that I continue to fall back on, especially when it's hard and I don't want to keep pushing through. And that's why it's also really important that we talk to somebody other than our friends about some of these things. Talk therapy is not for everybody, but it definitely has helped me out a ton. And that's why I'm so grateful that the paid partner of today's video
is BetterHelp. BetterHelp, as you know, if you've been following along, because they've been very supportive of my channel, is a platform that can connect you with therapists in a variety of different specialties. Like if you do need to talk to somebody about trauma or any variety of things. The reason that I like it is, for one, you can find somebody regardless of your time zone, because if you're watching this, there's a good chance you're in one of many different time zones. But for two, you can bounce around between providers until you find the person that's right for you, which finding that right fit in a therapist is a huge deal. I have a friend who just reached out to me 2 days ago, and I'm about to talk about this after the paid segment here, but she reached out to me just to thank me for connecting her with my therapist. It's made a huge difference for her, and she'd been looking for a therapist forever. Like, she tried a whole bunch of different ones, and apparently the last one she was with was not a good fit for her. BetterHelp makes that super easy. There's no penalty for doing so, and if you use my link below, you'll get 10% off your first month of therapy by using the code JSwanson or the link betterhelp.com/JSwanson. Thank you to BetterHelp for partnering with this video and for helping me to connect more people with therapists, which I think is actually that's a great alignment right there. It's a good connection. But speaking specifically about that story, that was something that really helped me this week. Her and another friend in particular. Something that I'm also not good at all is, which I know a lot of you have picked up on because you pretty much said so in the comments, is embracing the fact that I have a positive impact on the world. It's something that I want, right? Like, I've been talking a lot about cleaning up my corner of the world because I think that that's partially all I can really hope to accomplish in life, but also because I think it's a noble goal. It's just funny because even when I do manage to do a little bit of good, I generally just shrug it off and move on because I don't know, it's so much easier to internalize the negative than the positive. And so my friend who I helped to connect with a therapist last week, and another friend, Mark, who I got to share a little bit about his new space, both of them were really, really effusive in how they thanked me. And they caught me specifically when I was on the train back from Noisy-le-Grand from getting that printer that I actually still have not tested. I need to do that this afternoon. But they both sent me such nice messages. And for whatever reason, it broke through to me that like I had made a difference in the life of somebody that I cared about. And it makes me tear up a little bit right now, which is why I'm standing in the rain, so you can't tell. But I just feel really fortunate to be surrounded by such good people, and doubly fortunate that maybe I'm one of the good people that's surrounding them. And that's really helped me to get through this as well. And it absolutely lifted my spirits recently. The last thing, well, I mean, if you couldn't tell already, is actually kind of the producer of this hangover. I'm just going to keep taking advantage of the cute alleyway situation here since we're in the 20th, and this is one of the things I love about this neighborhood. Cooper's going to leave his mark too. Thanks to Nicole Stovicek and all my patrons for making this possible, for being a big support. There have been a lot of additions to Patreon recently, which I really appreciate you guys joining in because it makes a huge difference. But what I was going to say, the last thing, and the reason I'm hungover, is just letting off some steam. Like I went out for a friend's birthday last night, and we're just surrounded by some good people and had a fun time. And I honestly just planned on going for a drink or two. And I stayed until like 1 a.m, even a little bit later. And honestly, I think just remembering that we're social creatures and we need to get out and we need to be with each other and get a little bit sloppy and be a little bit hungover makes such a huge difference. Like it reminds me of like, oh yeah, it's not why, it's not the point of life necessarily, but it's one of the beautiful parts of it. And I'm lucky to be surrounded by some really good people. So that has helped a lot. The other standard things have really helped too, like sticking with the gym, sticking with work, creating, making videos like this helps me so much, even if it can be exhausting and it's a lot, you know. Just I think that might be the lesson for me that I keep applying, that I just have to keep applying because it's not that I forget it, but like it maintains its permanence, which is just stick with it. Just keep doing right by yourself. I'm treating myself better. I'm learning as I go, and it's having a huge impact. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm so honored that I get to share my life this way. And I'm also having fun, like that video going and getting the printer. I was really proud of that. I had a lot of fun with that. I think I'm getting back to that sense of like, just remembering that the original goal of this whole thing 10 years ago was to document my life and to share it. It's not to be a tour guide. It's not to be all these other things that I found myself feeling like I needed to wedge myself into, if that makes sense. And if I get back to just having fun, sharing my life, and also sharing just like, hey, what's happening in Paris today? What's Jay up to today? Getting back to that. That's something that Mark said that he's been enjoying too. And it stuck with me. So thanks for watching. I will see you bright and early again next week because I'm taking the weekend off. Oh, dang it.